listen that. I need this, I need that. What about what I need, you know? Check. I need whoever won the Powerball to holler at me. I need women to stop thinking men will make them happy. I need Obama to say fuck it, let me free Mumia. I need Def Jam to treat Jada good as Bieber. I need my son to feel the cops wouldn't shoot him down. That's for Michael Brown. I need Nike and Jordan to build some high schools. I need Young Thugger to spend a summer with Ice Cube. I need my people drinking clean water up in Flint. I need nobody, keep my camp low, this is it. I need the world to know I'm who Jaden is talking about, and not the other way around. I needed to point that out. I need Cohibas and Macallan 12 in my glass. I need our daughters not to think they gotta show their ass. I need my very own reality show. The one moment, Miss Mona, I need creative control.
Yo, it's the Misfits of Comedy Podcast. It is your boy C.A. Travels in the house. All right, I got my guest today, Mr. Richie Satori. Did I mess it up?
Sure did.
All right. How you say your last name?
It rhymes with story. Richie Satori.
Satori.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
That's good. You got
I went
it.
to public school. You know, I point out my flaws. So, what's up, my dude?
Chilling, man. I'm grateful to be on the pod.
Okay.
Beautiful studio.
Appreciate it.
Sunny ass Atlanta. Sweating my nuts off.
So I did a show with him back in March at Dutch's spot.
Shout out to
It was in Mangoes, right?
Yep.
And he had a good set. You know what I'm saying? That's why I reached out to him. I think I first touched base with you then, and just kept in touch. So,
yeah, that was a fun show. And good food. Oh my God.
I didn't eat
had
the
that
food.
vegetarian something.
I just remember the big ass fucking whatever that shit, the projector in the back. I was like, what the fuck? I was watching movies or some shit. But it was a dope setup, definitely, for sure. But how long you been out here in Atlanta? Are you from Atlanta? Where are you from?
No, I'm from outside DC in PG County, Maryland.
Okay, DC in the house.
DC? Yeah. So I tried to move out here. I think I first came out here in 2016 just to say what's up. Was visiting my homie Malachi Black.
Okay.
Shout out to Malachi. I went to school for acting, and I've been performing for like 29 years now. So like I never really had a fallback plan. It was like either LA or New York always seemed like the options, and then of course Atlanta started booming, and so it was just a matter of time before I was able to get out here. Tried to move out here 2018. Was out here like 3 months. Family stuff came up. Had to help out my parents and whatnot. And then pandemic, blah, blah, blah. Moved back here. So I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary this coming September.
Of living out here?
So I've been here about 2 years and change, all in all.
How long you been doing comedy?
Doing comedy? But like I said, about 29 years. I ran off and joined the circus to be a clown.
That's real shit?
Real shit.
Oh, wow.
Stand-up comedy, I just celebrated my 10-year anniversary.
That's dope. That's what's up.
And then, you got to carry the COVID and all that shit.
Yeah, but, COVID included.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I was active in COVID times, yeah.
I had carried the circus and shit. So I figured
Which circus you was with?
I was with, they don't exist anymore, so I can say their real name. I used to change it when I would tell stories, just so I wouldn't get, like, sued talking shit.
Oh, I get it.
But I got to remember because I said it wrong so many times. It's either Roberts Brothers or Rogers Brothers. Basically, it was bootleg Ringling Brothers. It was Roberts Brothers out of Sarasota, Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
Coming to a Kmart parking lot near you.
Okay. A clown. That's ill shit.
Fucking intense, man.
Yeah, I see. That's ill shit. So when it comes to comedy, 3 adjectives describes your style of comedy. But no one's ever seen you before.
Can you give me 3 words to describe what an adjective is first? An adjective I always thought that described a verb. So verbs.
So this description, yeah,
description.
Description.
Okay.
If you're raw, you're witty, whatever, something like of that nature. What can we expect from you?
Okay, I often describe my style to people who don't ask as confessional storytelling stand-up. Okay. So stand-up's that's kind of a given with that. But I would say confessional. I'm an aspiring I love storytelling. Like, it was my weakest link in my bag of tricks. Mm-hmm. And so I took a couple years and really focused on that. Went to New York and was doing classes. And there you can hit storytelling shows like open mics here, multiple times a night, any night of the week. But and then but I've been told I'm kind of a one-liner comic. I feel like in a way I'm a little bit in the past.
I can see
and
the one-liner.
a little bit in the future. Like I am sort of a I'm a huge comedy nerd. It's the only thing I've studied I've taken really seriously, and so a lot of that is I've studied the old school kind of setup punch type of shit.
Absolutely.
So I can come across a little one-linery, but I feel like a good story can
That's
have
my
that.
weakness right there, one-liner.
Yeah,
Not
confessional storytelling. What's a good third one? I mean, I'm definitely not clean comic.
Okay.
I'm 9 years clean off of crack. So
I heard.
sometimes I get it twisted to looking for a clean comic, and I show up with my dick jokes. Like, let's talk about fucking smoking dope that came out of your ass after you got arrested.
You'd be like, oh, that's definitely not clean.
Yeah.
So, you talking about your sobriety, which is congratulations to you on that.
Thank you.
It's, comedy's nightlife stuff, right? A lot of nightlife, a lot of indulging in certain things that, certain people may indulge in to step on a stage. Some people can't really perform without drinking. Some people gotta, get high or whatever it is.
I'm grateful I didn't start stand-up until after I got arrested, and started this sort of recovery journey.
Gotcha. So I just
But
about
yeah,
to
I can
say,
see that could be triggering.
Yeah, how you can avoid those type of things. 'Cause I know a lot of comedians who will literally not step on stage without doing something.
Right.
Almost like a performance enhancing, you know what I'm saying? Like taking a steroid or something.
Like, I don't know if I could get in a big top anytime soon without my sponsor in the audience.
Right.
But yeah, definitely. We're in the alcohol industry, and so I get it. We work on jokes at bars.
Yep.
I try not to be too much of a buzzkill, like, I guess pun intended.
Right.
Talking about my shit, I need to always remind myself to preface it being like, I wish I could party responsibly. Like, I do not understand the meaning of moderation, though. Like,
got you.
I don't speak French,
So at least you know your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely.
You're on a stage. You got a microphone. Blah blah blah.
Right.
You don't want people to feel like you're judging them.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah. But also, luckily, there is a whole circuit. Not really a circuit, but there is, an outlet for performing for people in recovery, and that's kind of what got me into comedy.
Nice.
I think, and it's what really drives me. That's, I've heard it can take 10 years to find your audience, and it was like I knew kind of right away who my core audience is. But I pride myself on being able to make any audience laugh, or at least I have that intention. We all
absolutely. It's all bomb. So speaking of that, 10 years in the game, you got stories. Best moment ever on stage, worst moment ever on stage.
Wow, getting right into it. I think probably the highlight for me, at least definitely an early, like my low, my biggest low was followed by my biggest high, kind of back to back. So I'll share about that. It was my first 2 times featuring.
Okay.
And they always say like your home club is going to be the last club to headline you,
Okay.
because they saw you at your worst, and that's your first impression.
Right.
Small club, longest running comedy club in Virginia. That's where I got arrested, so that's where I was for a couple years on probation, and that's where I kind of started getting into stand-up. I was like, I need to do stand-up, because I was afraid to share at meetings. I thought everybody was a narc, blah, blah, blah. I was like, if I get up on stage and it comes up in court, I can be like, I was just joking. Exactly.
Yeah. Beautiful setup.
So,
I know, it's bullshit. You can't take that.
You hear the rip shit?
I'm like a rapper. You can't take none of the shit I say serious.
So, yeah. But, so I got asked to feature, or basically I asked to feature, and they said yes. And it's crazy, and I think it's sort of like Jess was kind of at that time when people were getting a little, the Karens were coming out of the closet and shit, like right and left, and so, you have a whole audience of people laughing except for one person who gets offended, and that's the one person who comes up to the owner and complains, and then the owner looks that as a litmus for the whole audience, and basically says, I featured you too early, you know, it was our mistake, but we're gonna pay you for tonight and then get the fuck out of here, you know?
Right.
So,
can't please everybody.
but the lesson I learned in that, you know, I'm obviously always, and I'm grateful for having a program in my recovery that allows me to kind of like have some accountability, you know, because for me early it was like the world against me, and now I'm realizing, you know, I gotta focus on my, you know, what part I played, what side of the, you know, keep my side of the street clean first and foremost, and I'll worry about myself. But you know, I've been doing a lot of shows for the recovery community, and there, like, there's really not a line you can't cross. In comedy, we always try to find out how far to that line you can get without going over it, right. And then we do, you know, open mics. That's why we don't people taping shows and stuff when we're working out, right? So I had gotten spoiled doing these. I have like a 5-minute story about my rock bottom, and you know, you get a laugh here, and you know, you're working out in regular rooms for normies, we call them, right. You know, and then you know, you start tagging it, and you kind of you build on it, exaggerate it, heighten it and stuff, and so I get a big laugh on this, you know, the kind of the end of my rock bottom joke. And then I'm like, oh, you like that? I got more tags, you know. And then I hit him again, and then I crossed that line, and then I continue to go a little further after that. So I kind of upset some people, you know. That was pretty sobering, you know, going from being like, oh fuck, I'm a feature now at like a legitimate club, to then being like, you just got fired, you know. Right. And just to piggyback on that, as far as a low off of a high. My first time getting offered a guest spot at a professional comedy club, it was the Funny Bone, and Pablo Francisco was in town, and my friends from DC were hosting and featuring for him on the road. Shout out to Sean Savoy and Candace Saunders. Candace has been a mentor of mine, and anyway, you know, I got to meet Pablo a couple times. You know, we got to chop it up a little bit, and he was like, "Do you want a guest spot?" You know, we were about, you know, kind of bouncing some jokes and stuff, and like it was, I didn't ask him. He asked me, but the club had a policy. They only do guest spots, I think, on like Sundays and Thursdays. You have to go through the manager, blah blah blah. Right. But the nail in the coffin was I signed the wall at the end. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they try to, I guess, set a precedent for the other local comics, you know, respect the wall. And I get that in hindsight.
So you signed it without asking?
Well, I mean, they signed the wall. I'm like, can I sign? And in my mind, I'm a fucking serial manipulator. You know what I'm saying? Like, can I do that? You know, and they're like, I don't give a fuck. So I signed it, and management got pretty pissed about it. And then, like, Pablo, as he's smoking a cigarette in the green room, he's like, just take the no smoking sign and put it here. And then like put it over my name. He's like, problem solved. But the owner kind of, sorry, tapping the table, you know, he kind of yelled at me, but under his breath was like, we're cool. But then like we weren't cool, really. Right. At that point, I pretty much moved to Richmond. And then from there, I started hitting the road in my van. But so yeah, I went from like first guest spot to being blacklisted from the only club within 2 hours. I mean, high-low. But that's, you know, that's the life of a crackhead.
It is what it is.
So, but yeah, but then like my second time being asked to feature, and it was kind of off of a low, in a sense. I took a 13-hour like Chinatown bus from Virginia to Atlanta to get to a gig at the International AA Convention, which was in Atlanta in 2016, I want to say. Bus is running late. The show's at 11 a.m. I'm not getting paid. And I'm fucking running. I can't get a cab because I got to update my apps, and I got an iPhone 2 or something. And man, I get there just in time. There's like 6 people in the audience, maybe.
Don't you
know what I'm saying? But also like it felt so good to be doing what you love, to travel, to do comedy. You don't give a fuck what time it is. Yeah. You know, I feel like in a healthy way, I'm addicted to comedy. You know, you're not going to find me in the Bluff at 5 a.m. looking for an open mic.
I hope not.
So,
I hope not. You will be easy to find.
Yeah.
You be a target like a motherfucker. Who fucked the white boy?
And then hard to find.
Yeah. So we don't want you to buff, but definitely
little highs and lows there.
Yeah, comedy's definitely addictive. What's your inspiration? Comedy inspiration. What made you say, I wanted to do this, or I saw this person that's made me feel like I could do that?
Mike DiStefano, rest in power. He's a New Yorker. He got, comedian in recovery, and like I was at a convention and I got a hold of this tape. They've got these speaker tapes they sell, and man, he was just, he was like a 12-stepper, but he didn't put it on this pedestal. Like, he was so irreverent and killing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he died clean, but like, he didn't take it too fucking seriously. Like, my personal motto is I take recovery seriously, myself not so much. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good mantra.
And man, like, he was just destroying, and just like, it was just this, you can literally say anything. It was that real sense of freedom that we have as comics, like, to 11. So yeah, I definitely give Mike DiStefano credit. And then jump back from that, Will Rogers, who was a Native American cowboy from the 1920s and 30s, who was like the Jon Stewart of the Roaring 20s. Okay. But he was a trickster, you know what I'm saying? Like, he dressed like a cowboy, was a cowboy, but he told political jokes while spinning a lasso, and he made fun of Republicans, Democrats, and he was one of my first. He was my biggest comedy inspiration, like, for the longest period of time. And I did a tribute show to him in New York. I was very politically active for a while, which is basically gave myself PTSD protesting against the war. Like, moved to Montreal to train with Cirque du Soleil and started self-medicating with the hard shit, and then blah blah blah.
Gotcha.
But I don't regret the past, in that I'm grateful to be where I'm at now and be able to I would have always been chasing something outside of myself, and now I'm like, I'm kind of comfortable in my own skin.
I got you. So real quick, you got your last dollar. I always ask every comedian, is the last dollar.
You said last dollar?
Your last dollar. Your favorite comedian comes in town. Who is your top 5, dead or alive? Who you paying to see if they in town?
Fire.
Okay, that's 1.
Okay, Will Rogers. Mike
2.
DiStefano.
3. You got 2 more.
Coming in, we said last dollar. Okay. All time, huh?
All time, dead or alive.
Man, it would be dope to see Red Fox, for sure.
Okay.
I mean,
I agree with you on the Red Fox.
Probably Charlie Chaplin or Buster Keaton might be or fucking the Marx Brothers.
Oh, you got vintage picks.
Yeah.
I got
vintage cuts. Yeah.
You got the vintage one. All right, cool. I can respect that. That's what's up.
And that's just off the top of my head. You know what I'm saying?
I love giving everybody a list, because you'd be surprised what people will say. So comedy's subjective. So what touches everybody, it makes them feel like, as I said, your last dollar. That makes you dig real deep into your thought process. All right, so we got some of these topics. We're gonna go into this. All right. So I just want to be able to, because this shit was unfolding from yesterday to today, the Carly Russell bullshit.
You know what, man? I do that hashtag van life. So I've been hearing about it, but I really don't know the facts to comment on it. So fill me in, and I'll give
this heifer.
A real ignorant.
Decides she's in Alabama. It look like it's called Hoover, Alabama, and she supposedly calls 911 because she said it was a baby that was crossing the highway in the middle of the night. A fucking highway. She pulls over to get the baby, or pull the baby to safety, and some gentleman snatches her up. And she's leaves the car running, phone or whatever else is in the car and all that kind of good shit, and she gets kidnapped for a couple of days. There's cameras from the highway patrol. Everybody's hashtag praying for Carly Russell. Prayers going up, and it comes to find out that she faked the shit over a guy. So, in details is, the cops started looking through her phone records, started looking up through her shit, and they started realizing, oh, this bitch is bullshit. She on some Jussie Smollett shit.
So is there a phone anywhere though? You gotta.
But listen, this is the shit she was looking up through her search history because they trying to figure out, pinging it, trying to figure out where she might be. So her search engine history had taking money from a register without being caught. One.
Okay.
One-way bus ticket.
Okay.
Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?
This is her last text.
These are her searches in her on her Safari or whatever it is. Taken, the movie. How to take money again from a register without being caught. So they said Hoover police revealed that a statement given to them by Carly Russell upon her return says she was kidnapped by a white man and eventually put in an 18-wheeler. She said at one point she escaped and then got captured again. She said they forced her to remove her clothing and she thinks they took photos of her. But she doesn't remember if they ever raped her or touched her in any way. She said she was lured into the woods again by some people who lived in the woods. She described one of the white men as having orange hair and balding on top and tied her up and drove her around and put her in an 18-wheeler and fed her. A woman was playing with her hair, feeding her Cheez-Its, and painting her nails over the last 2 days.
That's a lot of details.
So then, we live in a technology. We live in a technology day. As she's walking back to her house, some rings catches her walking, just chilling, eating on some snacks, whatever, and slowly walking, and all of a sudden you see her slowly jogging, start speeding up and flaring her hands and screaming as she gets to her actual house where her parents is at.
I think that checks out.
That's some bullshit. Okay? All this over trying to make a dude jealous that left you over a stripper.
Blame it on the strippers. Poor strippers.
Come on, it's Alabama, man. How good can the strippers be that you out here faking you getting kidnapped?
Exactly.
Like, come on. Atlanta, okay. Alabama, not so much. I bet, but she's probably cross-eyed and pigeon-toed. It can't be that damn bad.
Oh, that's
Everybody
cold.
say they going to Alabama to see strippers.
I'm about to go to get these Alabama hoes on my money.
Like maybe a paint stripper from Alabama.
Nah, come on.
Might be good.
You faking kid being
Shout
kidnapped?
out to Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Alabama. Ain't nothing against
Bama.
we neighbors.
It's funny because I'm from DC. That used to be the biggest Jones. Like we had, like you Bama ass Bama.
Right. Ain't no fucking way I'm faking being kidnapped in Alabama over some fucking stripper. Like,
wow.
Bitch, get over yourself. You could have came to Atlanta and got you some new damn niggas.
But like, what happened to like the? Did she say what happened? Did she?
She stuck to a story. What is she gonna do?
Rescue the?
She didn't rescue. No, it was no fucking baby.
Midget.
It was no midget. It was no baby. Like, you gotta think about.
I bet I know who it might have been.
Who?
Oh, shout out to my dude. He's on my Instagram. If y'all follow me at Dick Jokes on Instagram, you'll see who it might be. Baby CJ, you know Baby CJ?
No, I never heard of Baby CJ.
He's a little person. He's a big influencer.
He's not. So he's not a comedian.
He does sketch comedy. He's not a stand-up.
I'm gonna need to see me CJ because I
I
always wanted to have a midget friend. Everybody know that.
He's dope. He's dope. Check him out.
Baby CJ.
He does
gonna holler at you, little CJ, whatever. Big CJ and little CJ.
It's YEAH. I'm Baby CJ. Baby on the.
What is it
Follow, if you check out my stories, he's pinned to my story.
I got you.
We did a funny little sketch at the strip club.
Got you.
So I don't know.
What does that say, Lab? They got,
we got
60
comments.
60, right?
1,000 from the GoFundMe.
She had a GoFundMe up too.
Damn.
For what?
She had $60,000 from the
She needs to start a GoFundMe.
Why they having a GoFundMe for a motherfucker that's missing? She wasn't dead. She was just missing. What the fuck they gonna do with the money?
She got $60,000 from it.
Yo, y'all gotta take that shit back. You should have a refund money.
Right.
It's voluntary. And then they couldn't give it to
But since I don't know shit about your question,
under pretense. It's not a question. It's comments.
Okay. I was gonna say I thought of one more big highlight that just happened recently.
What?
I could share about because I literally I've been hearing about the story, but thank you for explaining it.
Right.
We can pop back into it, but no, I just got Ticket Link live for a show I'm producing and hosting at the Atlanta Comedy Theater September 17th, called the Stand Up for Recovery Comedy Fest. So that's huge for me. I got Nima Williams headlining,
Nima's
Walker
a friend of the
Hayes,
show.
yeah, and a lot of other comics that are sober and fitting to pack the place out. So if you go to my link tree in my bio at Dick Jokes, spelled in English, DICKJOKES, you can check out the tickets, giving out festival T-shirts. But that that's a huge honor for me, and it's hopefully something that I can do quarterly for people that just happen to be sober. Because you got people that love to party, right, to a fault, and then you take away their favorite thing, then they still want to have a good time. And there's not a lot to do that doesn't revolve around a bar in big cities. So, that's just, I feel like I'm on my purpose.
I got you.
For sure.
I got you.
And shout out again to Malachi Black. He's been putting that in my head, be on your purpose and stuff. I don't know if y'all do call-ins, but I was telling him to check out the show. He might.
Yeah, dude, y'all go.
Holler at us.
There you go,
shit,
right
there you go. Speak of the devil.
You all with the Misfits of Comedy? What's going on?
What's happening, man? It's Malachi Black, man. I was calling, man. I was joining the show. Hitting y'all up.
He was just talking about you, Malachi.
Yo, what up?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Were your ears burning?
That's what's up, man.
What's going on? How can we help him, brother? You been watching the show?
This is my comedy mentor right here. We're both from DC. We met out in LA. We met out in LA. We were the two dudes that went out for Hope Flood's Females of Comedy Convention. So they put us as roommates together.
Hope
and he's been my homie ever since.
Yeah, I've been to her convention, so her conventions are dope.
But yeah, Malachi's been, man, he's been in the game for, what would he have been in it, about 15 years doing stand-up and stuff?
I'd say probably about 20 by now.
About 20, right.
That's what's up.
And yeah, he's written out a bunch of stuff.
If you're ever in Atlanta, let me know, bro.
Oh, he
Get you on the
is.
show.
Yeah,
You
well, he's in
Atlanta now?
Dallas right now, but yeah, he stays out this way.
Yeah. Hit me up in
Dallas, man.
the
I'm about to be in Austin with my man JJ.
Okay.
Yeah, JJ, he on
JJ from the SIP?
DD in the morning.
Oh, okay. Is that JJ from Mississippi? Is that JJ from the SIP?
JJ from the SIP.
Okay, that's what's up.
We did a sketch show he started a group called Giggle Mafia with Chris Set It Off Jones. Who else was in that?
I know, Set It Off.
Mope Williams.
Mope Williams.
Mope.
Who was there?
We borrowed some cameras from BET and we made some funny ass sketches way before ahead of the curve, like.
Gotcha.
But yo, man, appreciate you calling in, Malachi, man. We're working on some TV pilot right now and stuff, and so that's definitely been inspiring.
That's what's up. I would look forward to see what y'all doing. Appreciate it, Malachi.
Malachi, one of the funniest dudes I know.
Malachi, we'll do some work. We'll chop it up. Get you on the show.
Right. I was just hitting y'all up. All right, I'm about to get out of here, man. I got to get down to the down to Austin. About to hit the stage.
Hell yeah.
I'll just make it do what it do.
All right, man.
Make it clap.
Yep, sorry.
All right, brother.
Make him clap.
All right, cool.
All right, peace, homie.
Peace.
All right.
All right, so next topic. A Florida Japanese steakhouse closes doors as customers are tested positive for meth.
Meth?
Yeah, he got meth.
You
They got
do
meth
a
from the
meth
food.
test?
I guess so. I don't.
Instead of
never did meth. I didn't know.
a nose swab, it's a tooth swab. You hear it clanking back and forth.
That's a packed steak right there. You know what I'm saying? You get your ass filleted with a twist of coat of meth on it. So that's
I can see someone getting kicked out of Florida for not being on meth.
Florida is high on the meth side. So.
Man, yeah, no, but mad love for Florida. There's definitely lots of cool
Man, fuck
spots
Florida.
there. What part of Florida was that?
Every in
That
the
was in
days
the
I didn't
goddamn,
look it
alligator
up,
pit
but
in the
every
middle.
part of Florida, I got mad stories about Florida. Like Florida's by far one of the off-chain fucking states we have.
Oh, it's
period.
got issues. It's got
That
a damn
motherfucker's the black sheep
subscription,
of the United States.
But you got Miami, you got Tampa, you got
I go
Gold
to Florida,
Coast.
but I don't stay for too long.
It's the recovery capital of the world, but it's also like the fucking rehab scam capital of the world.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that. I can see that being possible. They have an Airbnb that came with a deaf and blind dog that leads you to a beach every morning.
Hell yeah. I'm down.
The deaf and blind. How the fuck you know who house he going to? This motherfucker could be going to a grocery store.
He take you to the cat.
What do you say,
litter
Lassie?
tray.
Go this way?
What boy?
Dang.
Right. Whose fucking dog is this? Nigga pull up to your car like, fella, what? Whose fucking dog is this? Go this way. Why is he not moving? Oh, he's blind. What the fuck?
And he's deaf.
And he's deaf.
It's the
This
opposite.
motherfucker can't play fetch or nothing.
That's the opposite of a seeing eye dog.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you know where to go?
Damn dog don't listen.
Don't listen. Motherfucker take you straight to an alley to a crack house. Nigga, you be fucked up. You're like, where the fuck you going, dog?
Oh, that's my dog.
You know what I'm saying? I thought he was going to a safe place. This is triggering. Taking me down memory lane, you fucker. You can't even hear none of this shit. You just,
This ain't sand. This is fentanyl.
right, this yeah, exactly. You're walking through a fucking,
My dog is broken.
right. You're walking through a pile of coke, thinking it's sand.
More like an air CNC.
Right.
Crack cocaine.
What the fuck? Said this would be a great idea. Oh, we don't need no tour guide. You got a dog outside, bitch. When you wake up, he'll be right outside. He'll be wandering around. Just grab his tail and he'll lead you right to the fucking beach.
But he can talk. Only thing he knows how to say is, "Can I get a push? Can I get a push?"
Fucking only us, man. This is fucking crazy as hell. Another wild story. A 12-year-old Palestinian boy named Suleiman Hassan was decapitated after being involved in a car accident.
Shit.
He was struck by a vehicle while riding his bike.
Damn.
Despite many thinking he would never survive it, doctors were able to reattach the head.
Fuck.
The surgery is only possible if the vessels are still intact, and it will take a while for him to regain mobility in the neck.
The nerve
I saw
of
the
that
picture of
kid.
the little fucking kid. First of all, he's cockeyed now, so I don't know.
Where was this again?
In Palestine.
Okay.
So
Shit.
he fell off his bike and got hit by a damn car and head off.
Wow.
How the fuck they put his head back on?
Now the vessels was still attached though. It wasn't all the way.
Well, they say that's what they was making it seem like, his
fucked up.
decapitated, and they reattached the head.
Yeah,
but they
you
said
know, decapitation just means
it's unattached to the right. But still,
the body,
No cap?
If it's still veins and stuff.
what do you mean no cap? No, yeah, no cap for real.
No decap.
No decap. Yes.
Damn.
12 years old. That's a hell of a story though.
Right?
No, you can never give that
You
motherfucker
can't,
no
like,
head that's
never
better than the
one-up
head he
that
got.
dude, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. Bitch, my head has been off my shoulders. This head is mediocre. I've had better.
I'm fucking out of my mind, man.
Right. But
Shit, dude.
like you can't beat that story.
His
Nothing you can
stories
say
are.
can beat that shit.
His war stories are head and shoulders above anybody.
Everybody else.
God damn.
Everybody else. You can never say anything. Yeah, I lost my head. This one time in band camp when I was 12, I lost my head.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that's
Man,
shit
wow,
was
that's a survival. That's resilience right there.
I guess
Man,
that's modern technology and medicine.
Mm-hmm.
This story is a story that's close to my heart. When I saw it, I literally watched the video like 10 times. The shit was beautiful. I want the girl to get a Purple Heart. I think she's an American hero. This little girl has a water balloon in her hand, and there's a parade in her town. And former Vice President Mike Pence is in the fucking parade. And she hits him with the water balloon so fucking accurately that he staggers.
Mother.
This motherfucking chick had to be goddamn former military the way she hit him. And she's like 12. She put it out there in front of him, so he walked right into
Right
it.
into it.
Man, and I said, Secret Service like, what the fuck? Oh shit. And that bitch went right back to eating her cotton candy.
She needs a holiday.
This bitch is a sniper.
Yeah.
She said, watch this.
Tested for the win.
She ain't that motherfucker like JFK. There you go. Oh shit.
Splash and to the left.
I said, no. That's beautiful, man. That motherfucker.
What's her name?
They don't get the name of the little girl. Obviously, they don't want to put her out there. Secret Service probably still looking for her ass, but that goddamn video is perfect, man. That shit's beautiful. He bust the fuck out of his head. That shit was so funny. Like, I don't know who played hide and seek better, her or him or Kamala, but both the motherfuckers the least active vice president of all goddamn time.
They do that so they can try to get a second term, I think. You know, just lay low.
For what? I thought...
Because you do one thing, even before you're in office. Like, remember the dude who was like, God, he was close.
Biden got in
He
office?
was like in one of the number 4s. Yeah, and he's had a long career.
And George Bush
I feel like
got
you
in
passed
office?
that point of like where there's too many things, like Trump. Like you can't point your finger at whatever because there's so much.
Listen.
And you just keep it moving. But
You
like,
got to be active. You got to be something. That motherfucker, Mike Pence, I didn't even see his ass.
Not to
I thought he was a
compare
fucking cyborg or
to-
some shit. I was like, they unplugging this motherfucker.
There's
They
levels
put
to
it-
this shit, but you know.
They unplug him and say, all right, go out there and go do some shit real quick. Go say something to distract from Trump. But he didn't do shit. And Kamala ain't either.
Well, I don't know, man, because like, honestly, I haven't heard about her doing shit.
That's the point.
But
They rehearse it. And then all of a
I
sudden
don't know that.
we hear about cocaine in the West Wing. So I see why she's busy.
all right, as a former
Allegedly.
cocaine enthusiast, I'm gonna say, if someone's doing dope in the White House, it's in their goddamn pocket or in their fucking nose. They're not leaving it in the goddamn library. That's some setup, but Biden's fucking laptop bullshit. Fucking a lot of people have access to that shit. They don't fire everybody. Blah blah blah. It's a distraction. Yada yada.
I don't know any.
I've never left my dope anywhere. I keep it in my mouth so I can swallow it
God damn.
at a moment's notice.
Move on dope. They never
Never leave the
drugs.
church.
Yeah, you don't need drugs.
No drugs left behind.
You lose your family, your job, your house, your goddamn.
With no lines. We're not leaving no lines behind.
You ain't leaving a bag, bro.
Yeah.
Nah.
So.
They might need a child.
Fuck
They
that
be like,
noise.
"Damn, I forgot
Kids.
got some keys. Got my wallet. Yeah. Shit, I forget. So snorted that coke in the West Wing already. Can't think of what it is.
That's some narc ass shit. Like, you know.
So that was a
you'd be
distraction.
Like, oh yeah, this will look real believable.
That's what it
Some
was.
people are buying it, but
He didn't waive the fucking student loans, and we have all the other shits go through. He's like, sprinkle a little coke over here in the West Wing real quick.
What Dave Chappelle said. Sprinkle a little
Crack,
Yeah,
little
right.
crack on the
A little crack.
Let's get out here. That's exactly what happened. We didn't do what? We lost what again? Supreme Court is on the roll. Yo, put some cocaine in the West Wing real quick. Put as much cameras over there as possible. Let them fucking find that shit. Because he was like, how the fucking Secret Service go through the whole house every day, hours on top of hours, and you never seen coke until now?
You never see who put it there.
Right.
I could see maybe Secret Service being like, or somebody being like, oh, I might get searched, or what, I don't even know where it was.
It was in the West Wing in the office, in the desk. They tried to say it was an office that Biden frequents to write speeches and stuff like that.
Hey, I've heard there's been judges that smoke crack. Like, I mean, there's functioning things. I used to think as long as I could just keep the supply coming, I could maintain my habit. But honestly, I'd be dead if I got everything I
Look,
want.
for it to be an
it
upper,
is
and I've
anything.
never done it, but for it to be an
That's
upper,
right.
that motherfucker falls down a lot. That's what I'm saying. He's on his
Yeah.
he's off his legs a lot. I'm like, goddamn, ain't you supposed to be
He
always
can't remember shit.
right?
I know.
I mean, so maybe it does check out.
No, not necessarily, because I know I have my mom's one.
Okay.
She never forgets shit.
Shit. right. So yeah, he forgets shit. That motherfucker's like shaking hands. The motherfuckers ain't
But
there.
I've
all
also
type of
heard
shit.
him give some speeches where it's like that motherfucker's more articulate at 90 or whatever he is, like, than I'll ever be.
I'm not saying he's
So,
not, but he has moments where he has a lot of.
Definitely.
He's that uncle at the,
Like the
at the
fuck
fucking
on.
barbecue that says shit. You be like, oh my god, Jesus Christ, don't say that shit. And he got a weird thing about they keep catching him videos of kissing kids and doing shit with kids, and I'm like, fuck, allegedly, but the videos out there.
You know what?
allegedly.
If you ever hear about any of these stories, before I even will dignify a response, and I'm just saying in general,
Right.
'cause it reminded me of like people talking about his daughter had a diarrhea, blah blah blah, worried about him walking in the shower. Check on Snopes.com, SNOOPS.com, and they research the fuck out of all these stories that go around, and they're very unbiased. I mean, if it's true, they'll say it's true. If it's
Okay,
not,
there you go.
they go way back and deep. And there's a lot of there's I see people doing like reaction videos to certain things, and I'm like, man, do your research so you're not perpetuating a lot of this stuff.
sir. Yes,
Not
sir.
to say, I don't know.
Right,
I don't know
right.
shit.
Right.
I ain't shit, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
So we got a last one. Several passengers reportedly began to faint aboard a Las Vegas airline, I think it's American Airlines.
Several passengers were about to board.
They were aboard a Las Vegas airplane with no air conditioning. It was American Airlines. Reportedly, 111 degrees was outside in Vegas at the time they got on the plane. Temperatures
so about
reportedly
double that inside.
right skyrocketed to 115 degrees shortly after they got on the plane. Flight attendants ran up and down the aisle as passengers began to pass out. Some of the passengers allegedly soiled their pants.
Damn.
At least 5 people were wheeled off the plane on stretchers, and staff advised others to hit their call, but if they were in need of medical attention. All passengers received compensation and apologies for the inconvenience. So the flight couldn't get off ground. It was an emergency, and they couldn't get off the ground, but the fucking air in the cabin and everything else wasn't working as well.
All I can say,
It's
they'll
115 outside,
Yeah.
and the cabin is whatever it is inside.
They never cut it at van life.
You still want to cut it in van life? It
that's
felt
what
very
it is.
spirit-like, though.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
frontier-like.
But at least I got an AC in my van,
They
so
take out if the air wasn't working. Then when they got
they shouldn't have no business having people in the damn plane. Like, come
You
on.
know it gets colder, but they have frozen death in the cabin.
That's a good point.
Interesting. Yeah.
I'd rather be cool than fucking hot. It's hard to cool.
Freeze to death.
Not freeze to death, but shit. God damn, it's hard to cool. That Vegas weather. Mm-hmm. Whew. I'm talking about.
Hot.
Wow.
Oh
The
man, I went
humidity
to
and
a
the stickiness
conference in
of it.
Vegas a couple years ago and stepped outside to get a cigarette or something. And man, I felt like I was walking into a sauna. Like I don't know
how people
you would
drink and walk outside like that.
You do
alcohol
like
make
some-
your temperature go
I
up.
was in
Serious
Vegas
paycheck
one
to
time. It was
live there.
3 in the morning,
Yeah.
and it was 97 degrees.
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah. Vegas is a different type of weather.
But you're
Arizona,
inside
all
in the
that.
casino, it's all air conditioned, like
Right.
it's easy to forget. And
That's exactly why they do this
if
shit.
you're in there, like, you know, it's
you
easy to
stay
go
in.
there, have a good
That's
time.
why you don't want to go out.
Never actually.
You stay in there. There's no windows, no clocks.
Yeah, right.
So you in
Time
here, you're
work.
like, why the fuck would you want to go outside? Everything you need is here. Showgirls, food, drinks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on, go ahead. Let's get the table. It's right here. What time is it? Who cares about time?
Right.
Whatever happens here stays here. Right here is air conditioning.
But I love Vegas. It is a cool place.
Vegas is a cool
man.
place.
You just got to go in the
This
winter, I think.
motherfucker's hot.
There is no winter. in
There's no
Vegas.
winter.
It's hot. It's a different type of hot.
It's a, yeah.
I went out to Arizona this past winter because I thought it was going to be like nice and warm.
That's
It
another
was
hot
cool
ass
as
place
fuck.
too.
This past winter, it
Oh,
was
was
like
it?
a freak thing. Like remember that they had like this huge snowstorm at the end of like right after I left. They were like people weren't even.
That's
able to
climate change.
move
Yeah.
around.
They probably freak the fuck out like they do out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So we need to end the show. Go ahead and give everybody your socials and how they can find you or whatever show. You already
All
talked
right.
about your other show that you got coming up. So how can they
Yes.
find you?
So my big plug is I'm hosting and producing the Stand Up for Recovery Comedy Fest at the Atlanta Comedy Theater in Norcross, September 17th. You can go to standupforrecovery.com. The 4 is spelled numerically, so standupforrecovery.com. Ticket link there. You can go to atlantacomedytheater.com. Norcross, just click the Norcross location. Follow Stand Up #4 Recovery on Instagram and TikTok. Follow me at dickjokes, DICKJOKES.com. I'm getting ahead of myself. You can check me out on Hulu FX, Class of 09.
Okay.
I think I'm in the pilot episode, and then I come back a couple episodes later. I haven't watched it yet.
I heard the show was pretty good.
Had my first speaking role. It was cool. Got to work with the dude who wrote Black Panther, J. Cole, the other J. Cole, not the musician.
Okay.
Shout out to J. Cole. He spotted me, liked my work, and had me written into another episode as a partner of the lead character.
Nice.
So that was lit. Got to do a sketch or a bit or something, whatever you call it, with Funny Marco.
Funny Marco.
Shout out to Funny Marco. He's hilarious.
very
That
hilarious.
dude's wild as fuck. Yeah. Unscripted.
Yeah.
Control chaos.
Yeah.
That was dope. Yeah, I'm about to go out and visit family for about a month.
Okay.
The Brazilian side of my family. So shout out to my nephew Nico. He just had his 5th birthday party.
Okay.
Or his first. Yeah, he just turned 5. He's wild.
Okay.
But yeah, and shout out to the Misfits of Comedy, man. It's an honor to be on here, dude.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, brother.
No doubt.
Shout out to the producer.
You'll be back with your crew before your show, so we'll have that set up.
Yeah, in the lineup, again, Nemo Williams is going to be there. He's been on every damn thing. You can imagine Walker Hayes, a bunch of other local comics and comics from around the country for the Stand-Up for Recovery Comedy Fest.
All right, so y'all heard it first. We had Mr. Richie Satori.
Nailed it.
2 times is a charm.
Thank you, brother.
No coke, I'm loud. I did it without it. So if you missed this episode for whatever reason, you can catch it again on YouTube,
Rewind.
SoundCloud, Mixcloud, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Instagram, Misfits of Comedy, all one word. Misfits of Comedy on Facebook. We on Pandora TV, or Pandora, Roku TV, Amazon Music. So look, it ain't nothing that we not on. We on all major podcasts or platforms, period. There's absolutely no reason for you to say you haven't seen it or you haven't heard it. You can watch it over and over again if you like the show. Thanks for the call in.
Shout out to Controlled Trauma.
Yes, sir. We'll be here next week, Wednesday, 8 o'clock, same bat time, same bat channel. Peace.
Chris Classic 2016. First of all, I'm a New York nigga. New kicks, new chicks, and new fitted. You could put me anywhere, I'ma kick it. 125th G-Dep, let's get it. I hate when niggas say you make real hip-hop. I will still fuck your bitch in Gucci flip-flops. The problem is if I say anything intelligent, you call it conscious like it's somehow not relevant. I agree that this ain't really for KOD, but say la vie out the bows in the SUV. On my way to the Black Oscars, the late Oscars.